Titanic's secret passenger. The Titanic loomed like a dream on the horizon, its sheer size and opulence a marvel to everyone who saw it. Among the throng of passengers boarding that day was Amelia Carter, a young woman with a scarf pulled low over her face and a small, worn suitcase in her hand. Her steps were hurried, her gaze darting nervously as she joined the line for third-class passengers. She didn't belong there, and she knew it. Amelia was running from her family, her past, and most importantly, the future her father had forced upon her. As the daughter of a wealthy English industrialist, her life had been meticulously planned. A loveless marriage to Lord Hawthorne, a man old enough to be her father and known for his cruel demeanor. The wedding was meant to secure a business deal, her happiness sacrificed for financial gain. But Amelia had other plans. The night before the wedding, she packed a few belongings and her late mother's journal, a small, leather-bound book filled with cryptic notes and a mysterious document that hinted at long-buried family secrets. Using a maid-stolen ticket, she fled to the docks and secured passage on the Titanic, the ship that promised a new life across the Atlantic. The third-class cabin was a far cry from the luxury she'd known, but Amelia found solace in the lively atmosphere below deck. Children laughed and played in the narrow corridors, families huddled together, and strangers became fast friends over shared meals and songs. Amelia kept to herself at first, wary of revealing too much. But Maeve O'Connor, a spirited Irish woman with a quick wit and an infectious laugh, had a way of pulling people out of their shells. "You've got the look of someone with a story to tell," Maeve said one evening as they sat in the dim light of their shared cabin. Amelia hesitated. "Maybe, but some stories are better left untold." Maeve raised an eyebrow but didn't press. Instead, she shared her own tale, a life of hardship in Ireland, dreams of freedom in America, and a fierce determination to make something of herself. Amelia couldn't help but feel inspired by her cabin mate's courage. As the days passed, Amelia began to relax, even daring to laugh and join in the singing. She clung to her suitcase though, never letting it out of her sight. The journal inside felt like a ticking clock, a reminder of the life she'd left behind and the secrets she carried. One night, as the ship sailed under a canopy of stars, Amelia awoke to a faint rustling sound. Her heart raced when she saw a shadowy figure bent over her suitcase. "Stop!" she whispered sharply, lunging forward. The intruder turned, a young man with piercing blue eyes and a startled expression. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said, raising his hands. "I saw you board the ship. You're not who you pretend to be." Amelia's blood ran cold. "Who are you?"
The man hesitated. "Call me Jack. Let's just say, I'm in the business of helping people who need to disappear." She didn't trust him, but she also knew she couldn't afford to draw attention. Jack explained that he worked for people fleeing difficult situations, offering forged identities and safe passage. He'd noticed her unusual behavior and suspected she might be in trouble. "You have something valuable in that case, don't you?" he asked. Amelia's grip tightened on the suitcase. "It's none of your business." Jack shrugged. "Suit yourself, but if someone else figures it out, they won't be as polite as me." The next days were a blur of paranoia. Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that Jack was watching her, waiting for her to slip up. Maeve noticed her tension and tried to lighten the mood with jokes and stories, but Amelia couldn't confide in her. On the fateful night of April 14th, the air was bitterly cold. Amelia was in her cabin, flipping through her mother's journal, trying to decipher the document inside. It was some kind of contract, with unfamiliar names and terms. The sound of the ship's engine stopped abruptly, and moments later, there was a strange shudder. Panic rippled through the ship as the news spread. The Titanic had struck an iceberg. The chaos that followed was unlike anything Amelia had ever experienced. She clutched her suitcase and fought her way to the deck, where passengers scrambled for lifeboats. Jack appeared out of nowhere, grabbing her arm. "Come on, we need to get you off this ship." Amelia hesitated. "Why are you helping me?" "Because if you go down with that case, so do all the secrets you're carrying." Together, they made it to a lifeboat. As they drifted away, the Titanic's grand lights flickered and went out, leaving them in darkness. Amelia clutched her suitcase tightly, tears streaming down her face. She didn't know what lay ahead, but she was determined to honor the secrets her mother had left behind and build a new life, free from the chains of her past.